So our final skill for today is, or for this training, is the skill of, continued education and learning. Now, I'm going to say this with a bit of a kind of a disclaimer, I guess, is that I don't believe in you constantly throwing yourself into course after course after course after course. I don't think that that is effective. In fact, I think that that really lends to like perfectionistic tendencies and this inability of us to just get started and do the work. But I want to speak to how important it is to continue to develop professionally and then integrate, and then continue to develop professionally and then integrate, right? We as humans, you as a space holder, you are constantly evolving as a human, right? Your life is changing. Maybe over the years you've gotten married, or you've had kids, or you've gone through a separation, or you've moved country, or you've experienced grief or loss. But all of us are constantly moving through different transitions in our lives, which changes who we are as people. They are things that really change our character and our beliefs and our values. And like we continue to evolve whilst we're becoming space holders for others, or while we're holding space for others. And so if we don't tend to our own evolution, then we're kind of missing out. There becomes this big gap. We're kind of like meeting our clients with old knowledge or with an old version of us and not with this updated version of us. So as our lives transform and change, and as you become more experienced at working with other clients where they're at within your background, naturally through evolution, you're going to come to a moment where you plateau, right? So you're going to learn something, integrate it, practice it, practice it, practice it, and you'll start off feeling like an imposter, feeling like you don't trust yourself, and this is all scary. And then you'll become more and more experienced, and then you'll plateau, right? And then you plateau and you start to feel like, oh, I feel like my work maybe isn't fulfilling me like it used to, or I feel like I'm missing something, or I feel like I'm ready to learn more. If you don't listen to this calling, then you're not honoring your evolution as a teacher. You're not, honoring your evolution as a space holder. And your space, your capacity is broadening, it's widening. And so your scope of practice is widening. And that means that you can fill that space with more knowledge or with more skills or with something else that really interests you. So say you've experienced something in your life, such as motherhood, I'd give that as an example. But maybe that experience in of itself and what you've had to navigate opens up your mind to like, wow, this is what mothers go through pre and postnatal. Like this is their experience. These are the limiting beliefs. These are the challenges. So maybe you've trained as like a mindset coach, or you've trained in some kind of area, but then because of this experience, you've unlocked like a new level of interest, being that of wanting to support new mothers. And so then you would seek out training or supervision or mentoring with someone who specializes in that area to help you grow and evolve. And it is a disservice to humanity if you don't honor your heart's calling and you don't continue to evolve as a space holder, right? So this learning and integration process is really, really important, as is seeking out supervision or mentoring to enable you to really access and fine tune your ability. Like there is so much potential in you, right? There is so much potential. There is so much that you can do and there's so much that you're capable of, but it's really, I think it's silly of us to try to do it all by ourselves, or to think that we can do one course and then know everything and be able to do everything. There is a magic that happens when we learn and train and integrate and practice with a group of people or with someone that we admire and kind of, want to learn from. So I'm going to end with this. It's a really simple skill. It's not a long kind of one, but I want you to think about like what phase am I in that kind of learning journey? Like, skills acquisition, integration and practice, and then coming to that plateau. And what interests me? Like if you don't have a solid why around what you do or what you want to specialize in, thinking about that. And it might just be that you really want to deepen your skills of space holding. It might be that you want to become trauma informed. It might be that, you want to learn you feel really drawn to the compassion aspects of this training, and you really want to learn how to infuse more compassion into your sessions because you work with a lot of people people that have anxiety and shame and perfectionism, and compassion works ideally within those areas. But having a think just for yourself, it might be something else as well, and that's okay. But think about how you can continue to evolve as the space holder that you are. And I'll see you in our final wrap-up video, and then you'll be able to access the bonus module, which is the webinar that I ran on helping your clients navigate big and difficult emotions.